If you're like those of us in the news business, it was a late night following the primary election results that came in Decision 2022. Definitely some surprises, and we went to bed without all of the races being fully settled. Well, that is no longer the case. We have all the answers now, so we'll update you on the big races and also look forward to November. First, when we went off the air last night, State GOP Chairman Nick Langworthy was declaring victory in the Republican primary in the 23rd Congressional District, but opponent Carl Palladino refused to concede. As he pulled away from his campaign party last night, as you can see in this video, he didn't answer any questions, and his campaign cited statistical irregularities. We didn't know what that meant, but this afternoon that all changed with this lengthy statement. Palladino didn't use the word concession today, but he did thank his supporters, and he said, quote, "It is time to move on to the next chapter of my life." So Langworthy is your winner there. He will move on to face Democratic nominee Max Delapia. He also ran in a special election last night to represent the Southern Tier for the next 4 months of Tom Reed's old term, but he lost to his Republican challenger Joe Simpolinski. You can see the results here. It was a lot closer than most expected. The GOP won by 6 points in this race in a district that former President Trump carried by 11 points in the last election. Another closer than expected race for Congress. Central New York Representative Claudia Tenney beat out 2 other candidates to win the GOP line for the 24th district. It now includes part of Niagara and Orleans counties, as well as all of Genesee and Wyoming. It then stretches all the way up to Watertown. She is the favorite for November now in this heavily Republican district.
We are just really gratified and really excited about this resounding victory in a district which basically is 12 counties, 11 new to me, and only having a couple of months to run this type of campaign in a very quick amount of time and a quick turnaround, and also in an unprecedented August primary, which has not happened in the modern era, if ever, in New York State.
Tenney will face Democrat Stephen Holden come November. He is a Syracuse graduate and a veteran of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Cook Political Report says Tenney is a safe bet in this race with an estimated 11-point advantage for Republicans in the district. And when we get to November, we'll of course be watching what happens in the race for New York governor after contentious primaries on both sides back in June. Well, there is this new poll out now showing that Republicans are facing a pretty uphill battle in this one. Survey USA just released its latest poll in the governor's race, giving Kathy Hochul a 55 to 31 point lead over Lee Zeldin, 55% to 31%. That lead is actually slightly bigger among voters in Western New York, where she's from, and it's the same margin as the last poll that was released back in June before the primary, when Hochul was matched up against each of the potential Republican candidates. Just 14% of voters say they're still undecided in this race. And today, by the way, marks 1 year since Hochul took over the governor's office after Andrew Cuomo's resignation. If she wins in November, it would be the first time that New York voters elect a woman to the governor's office.